Here on English Story Avenue, we don't just learn English, we live it through stories. Every story you'll hear will inspire you, teach you, and take you one step closer to the fluent, confident English speaker inside you. Because learning a language isn't about rules, it's about feeling, growth, and believing that your voice matters. Welcome to English Story Avenue, where every story brings your English to life. Have you ever wondered what true discipline really looks like? Not the kind you see on a drill sergeant's training ground or the rigid schedules of a monk, but something far more profound, something that originates from deep within, shaping every fiber of a person's being. I once met a man named Elias. He wasn't famous, didn't have a best-selling book, or a massive online following. He lived in a quiet, unassuming way, yet his discipline was unlike anything I had ever encountered. It wasn't about deprivation or harsh self-punishment. It was about unwavering commitment to a vision, built on a foundation of love and a painful past. Elias had grown up in poverty, a kind of poverty that gnaws at your spirit, where every day is a struggle for survival. He watched his mother, a gentle but exhausted woman, work tirelessly, her dreams slowly fading with each passing year. He remembered vividly one cold winter evening, seeing her shiver as she stitched clothes by the dim light of a single bulb, her fingers raw and swollen. He was just a boy, maybe 7 or 8, but that image burned into his memory. In that moment, he made a silent vow. He would lift them out of this. This wasn't just a childhood promise. It became the very core of his existence. He understood even then that it wouldn't be easy. It would require something extraordinary. He began with the simplest things. He decided he would read 1 book a week, no matter what. Not for school, but for himself. He devoured everything he could get his hands on, from biographies of great thinkers to practical guides on business and finance. He borrowed books from the library, sometimes hiding them under his mattress so his younger siblings wouldn't accidentally damage them. One day, he stumbled upon a tattered copy of a book, As a Man Thinketh, by James Allen. It spoke of the power of thought, the idea that our circumstances are often a reflection of our inner world. This resonated deeply with him. He started to meticulously plan his days, his weeks, his months. Not with grand, overwhelming tasks, but with small, achievable steps. He woke up an hour before anyone else, not to rush, but to think, to plan, to visualize a different future for his family. He'd review his goals, even if they were just written on a scrap of paper he'd found. His friends would often invite him to play, to waste time, to forget their troubles for a while. Elias would politely decline. It wasn't that he didn't want to, it was that he couldn't. Not because someone was forcing him, but because the image of his mother's tired hands, the memory of her whispered prayers for a better life, was a more powerful force. That image, that deep personal vow, was his constant companion, his internal drill sergeant, his unwavering guide. He started small businesses. First, it was selling polished stones he found by the river. Then, he learned to fix old radios. Each venture was a lesson, each failure a stepping stone, not a roadblock. He saved every penny, not for himself, but for a collective dream. He never complained about the long hours, the meager earnings, or the sacrifices. He knew exactly why he was doing it. Years passed. The boy who shivered with his mother grew into a man of quiet determination. His hands, once small and helpless, became strong and capable. He built a successful small enterprise, not a global empire, but enough to provide a comfortable, secure life for his mother and siblings. He bought her a small house with a garden, a place where she could finally rest, her hands no longer raw, her spirit no longer burdened by constant worry. One afternoon, I saw Elias sitting on the porch of that very house, watching his mother tend her roses. She was smiling, a genuine, peaceful smile I imagined she hadn't worn in decades. Elias looked at me, a calm, knowing glint in his eyes. "You see," he said softly, "the scariest level of discipline isn't about what you force yourself to do. It's about what you choose not to abandon, even when the world tells you to give up. It's about holding on to that one thing, that deep personal why, and letting it guide your every action, every sacrifice, every breath. It's about loving something so much you refuse to let it remain just a dream. And in that moment, I understood. True discipline isn't a weapon against yourself. It's a shield forged from purpose, a quiet, unyielding fire fueled by love and an unforgettable memory. It's the kind of discipline that doesn't just change your life, it transforms generations.